After the great battle between Hun Tiandi and Xiaoyan, a grand celebration took place in Wutan City, the wedding of Xiaoyan, Shuner, and Kai Lin. Many people from far and wide came to give their blessings. The marriage was both majestic and romantic, and its news spread quickly throughout the lands. In the eyes of ordinary people, Xiaoyan, who was now living with his two wives, had disappeared from the Daoqi continent entirely. Most thought he had gone missing, but in truth, Xiaoyan was traveling across the vast central mainland region while his wives focused on achieving the Daudi realm. This was possible because Xiaoyan had restored the origin key to the mainland, opening the path to higher cultivation. The scene shifts to Xiaoyan lying on a cliff on the mountains behind Wutan City, a blade of grass lazily in his mouth. His gaze sweeps over the city below with a nostalgic smile. This was where he had first met his master, Yao Lao, years ago. It was also the place from which he had once looked over the lands he would later save as a Daudi. Suddenly, spatial ripples spread around him. The space ahead shattered and a beautiful figure emerged. Speaking in a gentle voice, she said, "You've succeeded." It was his Shuner, looking both elegant and sweet. Smiling shyly, she added, "It's all thanks to you. Without you returning the origin key to this world, no one could have reached the Daudi realm." The two embraced tightly. Xiaoyan commented that if her father hadn't left her in Wutan City long ago, they might never have met. But the space distorted again. From the rift emerged two middle-aged men, Gu Yuan, her father, and Zhu Kun. They too had reached the Daudi realm. Gu Yuan looked completely satisfied. His daughter was in the hands of a man this powerful, and his own cultivation had reached the peak he'd long sought. The space trembled again. From the crack emerged the magnificent, nine-colored, heaven-swallowing python, Kai Lin herself, her presence both regal and dangerously beautiful. After years in seclusion striving for Daudi, she asked if Xiaoyan was well. He assured her he was. Now, 5 Daudi stood together: Xiaoyan, Kai Lin, Shuner, Gu Yuan, and Zhu Kun. Xiaoyan knew the truth. Once one became a Daudi, the next step was to leave this world for others beyond. He bid farewell to his sprawling family, children and grandchildren. Thanks to his breakthroughs, his clan had grown immensely powerful. The 5 Daudi rose together to a great mountain, the very place where Xiaoyan had once fought his final battle against a terrifying foe. Protected by a powerful barrier, the mountain could not be entered by outsiders. Standing there, Xiaoyan told the others the origin key here was thinner, so their cultivation would require more time to stabilize. Despite being a Daudi himself, he had far surpassed the normal limits of that realm. Then, looking into the endless sky, he admitted, "It feels like the outside world is calling me, and the pull is stronger than ever before." They all realized this might just be the beginning. Perhaps even greater worlds exist beyond. Xiaoyan's fighting spirit blazed. It had been over a decade since his last true battle, and he thirsted for new challenges. A violent fluctuation ripped through the mountain. Space tore open, revealing a dark passage like a black hole, the path to another world. Even from far away, people sensed its terrifying presence. Before stepping forward, Xiaoyan flicked his finger, sending storage rings filled with rare treasures to his wives and allies. They exchanged soul imprints so they could call each other if danger struck. He gave them medicinal pills he had refined himself, aware the unknown world ahead was likely far more dangerous than their current one. Finally, holding the hands of Kai Lin and Shuner, Xiaoyan stepped toward the dark light. Gu Yuan and Zhu Kun followed. As they walked, warriors gathered to greet them. Even Yao Lao joked that when he reached Xiaoyan's level, Xiaoyan should find him a good place in the new world. Ziyan promised her parents, "When I reach Daudi one day, I'll come find you." Tears welled up as this family separation became real. The group moved quickly through the endless darkness of the tunnel. Time seemed distorted. Even with their cultivation, they couldn't tell how far they had traveled. Eventually, a faint light appeared, perhaps the exit. But Xiaoyan frowned. The space around us was dark before, but this doesn't connect properly to the light. Something is wrong. A deep, ominous voice echoed from all directions. 10,000 years, and finally, 5 new Daudi emerge from the continent. Perhaps now, I can be free. From ahead, a figure emerged, eyes glowing with strange light, surrounded by an aura of thick malice. The pressure he exuded was staggering, perhaps even above the Daudi level. Xiaoyan addressed him respectfully. "We are newly ascended Daudi from the Daoqi continent, merely passing through. If we have disturbed you, senior, forgive us." The man laughed darkly. "So many powerful warriors. If I can absorb your energy, I will finally escape this endless tunnel." Realizing the threat, Xiaoyan told Kailin and Shuner to leave for the exit while he held the enemy back. They hesitated, but Kailin finally said, "Remember, your life belongs to me." As they retreated, the enemy's forehead glowed with black and white light. He was trying to destroy the exit gate. Xiaoyan immediately attacked with the yellow divine finger, and a fire lotus formed from 22 heavenly flames. The others vanished far away, giving Xiaoyan room to unleash his full power. As the attacks collided, Xiaoyan's expression hardened. "I want to see who you really are." And with that, the scene ended.